Oh, well, thank you very much for joining us again. This is NFGM Live. My name is Jeremiah Kipainoi, and we are here on the second day. And today we are going to feature Migori County. Once again, welcome to this chat. I welcome you to follow us and still comment in other platforms where this live streaming is happening. That's on YouTube, on Facebook, and also on Twitter. On Twitter, go to Men and FGM at Men and FGM, and on Facebook, go to Zinduka EV, and on YouTube, go to my page Jeremiah Kipainoi, and we shall be all right. Please leave a comment, and I'll be able to see it here. I'll be able to read it right away. Thank you very much for joining me. Today we have amazing people. We have Vincent, and we also have Gati. Karibu sana from Korea. Lots of stuff to talk about today, especially now that the corona pandemic is there officially. It's a cross-border little, I'd say, the Kehancha, where the cases were confirmed, is a border place, is a border town bordering Tanzania, and this is a place that has always had issues on cross-border FGM issues. So we will be talking with these amazing people today, and we will make it happen. We will make it, as they say, we will make it rain. Thank you very much for joining us. I'll just bring them right to you so that we can be able to go on straight and have this conversation. On my left, as you can see, is a lady, and then on the middle, next to me, is the gentleman, and of course, me, Jeremiah Kipainoi, your host. On behalf of my team, we have Antonia Sophia, who's also from working in Korea, and we also have Tony Mwebia, who is live on Twitter. A shout out to him. Please keep on engaging on those platforms, and I'm sure we'll be able to be we'll be clear with each other. So thank you very much again for joining in. We really do appreciate. Vincent, a little background about yourself and where you are at. How is it? How are you?
Thank you very much, Kipainoi, for this opportunity, and everyone watching live. This is NFGM Live. About myself, I'm Vincent Ugalo Mwita, all away from Korea, as you have said, Kipainoi. And I'm the founder of Tunaweza Empowerment Organization in Korea, working towards girls and women, and also towards eradication of female genital mutilation as one of the gender-based violence cases. I'm right in Korea, and I'm very amazed to have joined you, and looking forward for more engagement and discussion and giving all the status about FGM in Korea. Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining in, and I really do appreciate that you've been able to join us today. On my right is a lady. Just tell us who you are and who you work with, which organization you work with, and where you are at now. What's the situation of the place you are at? Okay.
Great. Thank you, Kipainoi. I'm Christine Alphonse, and I'm happy to join you in FGM Live. I'm right from Korea, and I'm happy to be part of this conversation. I work with Self Engage Foundation, an organization I founded, and I work in it, and we volunteer in working towards ending female genital mutilation in entire marriages.
Amazing.
Yeah, and as for now, the situation is tricky. Yeah, we continue talking as if it's
amazing. Thank you very much for that. On my right, I'm just going to go directly to the people who are watching us, and just still inviting others who are tuning in. I see people are joining. I see Agnes Kola. She says, hi Vincent, Gati and Kipainoi. Thank you very much for tuning in. Agnes, asante sana. Hi. Vincent says hi, and receiving Gati's greetings as well. Lisi Waisako is watching you people. That's what she says from YouTube. I see Men and FGM says loud and clear. Amazing. Thank you very much. Keep on bringing on those comments, and we will definitely broadcast them from this side. I see on Facebook, I see Antonia and Watered Purity says thanks a lot. Just on my side still, in case of any questions, please post. We will be happy to read them here live, and we will be transmitting them to different platforms. So thank you very much for joining in, guys. We really do appreciate you being here. Straight to the point. Kuria, where is it, Vincent? A little background about Migori County.
Migori County is one of the 47 counties in Kenya, as we all know, and Migori County has about 8 sub-counties, one of the greatest gender-based GBV issue that is affecting this county is the female genital mutilation. That is really prevalent in about 4 sub-counties. That is Kuria East, Kuria West, Nyatike for the Abasuba community, and also Suna East for the Maragoli community. And it's so prevalent in Kuria, for the Kuria community, because it's one of the of our cultural thing here in Kuria. So actually, this is one of the counties that is also one of the hotspots in terms of the national wide. When we talk about female genital mutilation in Kenya. Yeah, basically that for now.
There are many communities living in Kuria, and we're just going to delve into this later. But I know that there are many communities in Kenya, in Migori, but just a few practice FGM. We're going to talk about that later. Straight to you, Gati. Where are you? Which constituency are you from right now?
Sorry. Well, from Migori County, I actually work in Kuria, both Kuria West and Kuria East constituency, and that is where our program focuses on, and that is I live in Kuria West, specifically in Kehancha, and talking about prevalence on FGM cases and women being violated against. We say that Kuria has high prevalence, but though not so much is captured as far as data is concerned. So we actually miss that, which is one of the main challenges. So we hope that as we progress, we'll get to have such data to really help us forge forward. Yeah.
That's very important, because I know we have statistics for different counties, but it fails us a lot when we see that Migori County doesn't have statistics on FGM as per se. So that's something that we really need to delve in future. Someone is actually asking a question. I'm just going to pop it to the screen. So Agnes call, I can hardly see it. So let me just switch it. Agnes says, what are the FGM trends in Kuria during the COVID-19 pandemic? And that's actually the question that you're going to delve, or just going to get into right now. Where are we? COVID-19 has been confirmed in Kehancha, which is actually almost at the border of Kenya and Tanzania, and it's part of the Migori County, largely. Where are we in terms of the awareness, the corona awareness, before we delve into FGM? Vincent.
Yes, thank you very much, Kipainoi. I will just try to answer it, and my colleague Christine is going also to take part in this. But I'll start to say that really this COVID-19 pandemic has really brought a lot of challenges in terms of FGM and GBV cases. And to start by is just by saying that a lot of girls and women are now in risk. And so far in Kuria, it's sort of a good news that as we all know that in Kuria, the FGM practices are always being carried out in December, maybe probably November to December, and it's also something that goes around. It alternates amongst the 4 communities after every 2 years, as we all know.
Yeah.
So basically, for now, there is no any case for FGM. But what I can really add on that is that a lot of sexual gender-based violences, a lot of violence against women and girls have risen, not to withstand rape, defilement, sexual gender-based violence, rape, and all that, whereby the women and girls in Kuria are really at risk, because we have cases right now of child marriages taking place in Kuria, as we have all heard from the clip from our governor, or Governor Obado from Migori County, just shared about Kuria, how girls are being married off. The cases, the trend is really rising up because of this COVID. So we basically are saying that COVID is bringing a lot of harm than crisis by itself, but it's also a punchline. It's also a challenge to us as people on the ground, as the county government, as the national government. Can we ask ourselves, are we able to tackle these issues, FGM and GBV cases? Are we able to tackle them in line with the pandemic that is all over, not in Kenya, but worldwide? So basically, I'll say that no reported case for FGM, because as we know, FGM is not happening in Korea at this time. But a lot of girls are at risk. A lot of things are at risk. Girls are being violated, rape case and all that, which also are normally comes as a result of female genital mutilation. This is, as per se, child marriages. So child marriages cases are so high. The reports are there. We even have cases that are being reported to us, 12 years old. A case that I was reported to yesterday when I posted something on my FB wall, and it's something that we are carrying on. And about many more, around 22 cases of child marriages, of rape and all that are being taken, and we are working out in collaboration with the health technicians, that is community health volunteers, the CHIWs, the what, so that we can see on which mechanism can we come in the midst of this COVID-19 that will enable us to have a proper reporting mechanism whereby the victims, the survivors and all that can get at least some help. And if now, at the point now we are quarantined, we are keeping social distancing. How can the victims be helped? This is something that we are discussing with the county government of Migori on how best, in regards of the recovery center, in regards to coming up with the atoll, something like atoll free line for the county government that can be devolved to the sub-counties, that can be devolved to the community, so that we can have an innovative reporting mechanism for these cases of GBV, and even perhaps when FGM will rise.
I'll cut you short there, Vincent. So I'll just go back to the chat because people are bringing in questions, and this question seems to also be aligning to what you're going to be talking about today. But to you, Gatti, someone, Wesley Kibet says, Christine, are you planning on advancing the fight to regions like Mashangwa area in Narok County? I'll just let you answer that question. Maybe later we're going to come back into that. But we know that the governor made an announcement that there are people who that girls there are girls that are being married off at this time, as you said, Vincent. Anything that the organization is doing concerning that as well before we get into FGM right now? That's for Gatti, sorry.
Okay, well, what we're currently doing actually, because our field movement is limited to an extent that we cannot conduct forums or what. But what we are currently doing is we're having those who I need to call. Our beneficiaries have been having our numbers. Mm-hmm. So whoever is in need or whoever needs some support calls us. And once they call, we actually liaise with other networks, as in we have to work in collaboration with other people. And currently what we are experiencing is the issue of rescuing girls. Mm-hmm. Because even if we rescue them, how will we keep them? So it's really, really getting to a challenge where, as my colleague Vincent has said, we're trying to actually do consultation with the Sexual Gender-Based Violence Committee in the county to actually know what way forward are we going to put forward in as far as the gender-based violence cases are on the rise. Yeah.
Amazing. So as we go on, I'd just like to remind everyone that we are live on Facebook, on Twitter, and on YouTube. So please tune in wherever you are in and share it with your friends so that they can also be able to join in. So questions still coming in, and we'll still go on answering them as time goes by. But before, I think we'll just take a short break, and when we come back, we will talk about what we are doing in regards to the COVID-19 situation. Don't leave this place. Stay tuned. Again, my name is Jeremiah Kipainoi. Today I am with Vincent. And and Gati from Korea. So thank you very much for joining in. We really do appreciate you being here. Asanteni sana. Welcome back. Okay, so we are the three of us now talking about female genital mutilation. And this is a county which mostly does it during certain years, like a frequency of years. Is it 2 years, Vincent?
2 years, yeah.
So after 2 years is when the community cuts. But now there is an emergency, and of course it's an illegality. We've had issues with Korea where we've had situations of cross-border FGM cases where people cross over to Tanzania and we have FGM on that side, and then they come back to Kenya. Are there any emerging trends in regards to FGM during the COVID-19 pandemic in Korea?
Okay, Kipainoi, what I can really input is that you brought an issue that is very key to Korea, that is cross-border practices. And this is one of the challenges that I think and risk that we are in at this moment of the COVID-19 pandemic. And I think last week, one of our colleagues from Korea here, that is Natalie, had some Zoom meeting with the other organizations from just cross-border. And one issue that she reported is that one organization reported that they are cutting going on there. And just Korea and Tanzania is just neighboring countries. And I don't think when it's just a worrying trend, because if it goes on this way, if our colleagues in Tanzania are complaining that the practices are already on, and they were able to say that, to prove that, so we are also in danger. If our borders will not the security will not be tightened at the border, and apart from having one main entrance at Sirare border, we also have
we lost Vincent for a while. We lost you, Vincent, for a little while. I think we lost you. To you, Gati, there are questions being shot to you right now. I see Agnes Kola still asking, are women and girls accessing SRHR services? Can you hear me now?
The question, come up with the question, please.
So Agnes Kola is saying, are women and girls accessing SRHR services, or is it becoming a low priority during this period?
Well, actually, I have to say that it's really becoming a very big challenge as far as SRHR services are concerned. First of all, I'll start with the easier part of it, which is menstrual hygiene, before I get into the other products of sexual reproductive health. Right now, girls accessing those sanitary pads is an issue because parents are at home and they're not working, they're not getting the same salary they used to, and they're opting to use this amount that they have to buy either basic food, the essentials they need, other than the menstrual product, which they think or see as something that comes second. So this is making the girls have what I call poor menstrual hygiene. Issue is really coming up, where in my organization and other partner organizations, we are tackling it by probably distributing pads to vulnerable girls, but they're still not enough because there are so many girls need, and you have so less supply or so less product. And also, as far as I'm concerned, there's also the issue of accessing other sexual reproductive health products, even from the hospital. The girls cannot even go to the hospital. Like, there are those who even don't have masks because they can't afford them. So even walking out to public places is becoming an issue.
Yeah.
And it's really becoming a very big challenge, yeah.
Just questions coming in actually regarding the same thing. How are the needy girls getting sanitary towels? Is there anything that any of your organizations is doing? starting from Vincent, anything that the organization is doing in regards to getting the children, maybe the people, masks, and in regard to the girls, things like sanitary towels, as Gad was saying.
Okay,
I got the question right. I was saying that as an organization. Am I there?
All right, yeah, we can hear you now, Vincent. Go on.
Okay, I would like to say that in terms of the question that has been brought in are what are we doing in terms of offering the sanitary pads. So one thing that we are doing as an organization, as Tunaweza, we partnered with one organization that had already supplied us with some few reusable pads. That we normally take girls through the menstruation hygiene management training. Then we issue them with the reusable pads that can last up to around 6 to 8 months. So I think that is one thing that we are doing, and also we are in discussion with the organizations that are available right now. I think we have reached out to Goseso Women Group that is working around here. We have reached out to Scan Empowerment. We have reached out to Christine, Safe Engage Foundation. And I think it's something that we need to come up together, especially what she has highlighted, that has been an issue that girls in accessing the sanitary towels is really a big challenge in terms like that. In most families, they are looking up to will they buy food as a family, or will they go for these pads? So this is something that is challenging, and this is something that is really a problem in Korea, and it's something that we are strategizing on how we can cap up, even in mobilizing, lobbying the county government if they can maybe do something, because we get that a lot of these girls even cannot, some of them cannot. Last week I went to a nearby health facility, and some girls were literally locked out of this health facility because they didn't have masks, and they didn't have even 50 bob to afford buying mask at the gate. So you see like that. And even there was pregnant women who were not allowed to attend to go for the antenatal care clinics because they didn't have masks. So this is something that is a challenge, not even to girls, even to the women. So we really need to do something. The few that we normally get as organization, as to now supported that Action Aid, we give them out to the girls, but they really need more. And I think most of the girls are left out who are needed. Yeah.
So I'm just going to distribute these questions. And one, Peter Kemei, PC Kemei, getting you live from, okay, he doesn't say where exactly, but he says, ask Christine what they are doing now that the girls are, sorry, let me just read it as it is. Getting you clearly, ask Christine and Vincent how they are handling cases of girls who are at rescue centers, who have been forced to be taken back to their homes, having closed all potential places like rescue centers. To you, Christine, very briefly, because we are almost running out of time.
Well, I have to say that it's getting to be a challenge, because we had several girls who were at rescue camp in and when the school closed down, they had to go to their family. But what we did is actually give them a number that they actually can call or SMS or install anytime of the day if they experience anything. But also we engage their caregivers and the guardians on phone. We call them and ask them to stay well with the children when they were going home. So we haven't received any case so far that those